Educational inequality is probably more than anything else the fundamental root of broader inequality. If we look at inequality in access to particular careers, inequality in income and wealth, inequality in the nature of political participation, all those things are mitigated by equalizing the skills that education produces, not only the academic skills, but the dispositions, the frames of minds, the conscientiousness, the diligence, the sense of agency. And so I think there is nothing more important we could do to produce the type of society we want than to raise outcomes in the field of education so that knowing somebody's race or ethnicity tells you nothing at all about what their test scores or grades or occupation might be.
Boston is a place where I think we are a national leader on many educational fronts, but the story is really that we're not doing everything that we want to be doing. We aren't delivering on all of the outcomes that we want to deliver, and it's really an educational equity issue. So we do see the disparities by gender and by race in educational outcomes in Boston, and if we're really going to get to for all results, which is where Boston wants to get, we've got to dig in on educational equity issues.
There's not just one challenge to face when we talk about achievement gaps. Even if we just talk about racial achievement gaps, we have students of color in high-income suburban districts that are lagging their white classmates. We have inner-city school districts that are high poverty, have a difficult time attracting teachers. So the work that needs to happen is to figure out how in each of these contexts we can make the changes that are necessary to produce the excellence to which we aspire. There are needs that kids in inner cities have that people in upper income suburbs never even imagine. But the most effective schools and teachers in the inner city adapt to those needs. They meet the kids where they are. They establish person-environment fit for these kids as they pass through the school. And if we can do that at some greater scale, it truly is plausible that we can have much less poverty in the next generations, and that we can have the society with regard to race that we want in the future. Achievement gaps by race, gender, and socioeconomic status are stark in the national data by the age of 2. So we can't wait till school starts. There's an initiative we've just launched in Boston called the Boston Basics, where we've got 5 basic ideas about early childhood parenting, 5 propositions that we want everybody in the city to know. We're saturating the city with what young parents of young children need to know in order that their kids don't fall behind by the age of 2. It's not just about giving them information, it's about building that niche of social support around them so that they know that the grandparents and the relatives and the minister and the barber all know this is important and that they are being supported to do these things. You can do it with materials that are already in the house, and there's nothing in here that is particular to any particular racial, ethnic, or socioeconomic group. This is human stuff. This is stuff that everybody in the community can benefit from. Second thing that excites me these days is the youth culture piece of it. Schools have 2 curricula. They have the curricula the teachers teach and the ones that kids teach. Part of what we're picking up is a lot of the misbehavior is instances where kids are doing things they don't even want to do. They're just trying to fit in. And so the idea of intervening into the youth culture and helping kids to develop the culture they really want in their school. They've already got the right values. They don't have the social opportunities to live out those values.
We just have to help students want to help each other.
So it takes student leadership to give people permission even to say what they would think is cool. So are you a student leader?
I tried.
You try to be? Well, how plausible is it that you could organize a project at the school where you would get students to talk honestly about the way they really want it to be? Because if you could, we can tell your story. You can help other people at other places. There's no choice but to try to make the things happen that we know need to happen. Because it's too scary what would happen if they don't happen. These days are so reminiscent
of the 60s and early 70s. All those issues are coming back. There was a period where you thought we'd gotten over that. But there are enough instances where people have produced lots of progress in inner city schools to think that if we really want to do it, if we really have the political will to make it happen, we can. It's our generational responsibility to work on it, no matter whether we're optimistic or pessimistic.